Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CryptoWave podcast, where we keep you up to date on the latest news, trends, and people that are making waves in crypto. I'm Jennifer from Space Coast Crypto Consulting, and joining me here today, my favorite guys to talk crypto with, Jesse and Joey.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, Joey? What's up, Jennifer?
Hi, Jennifer.
What's up?
It's been a while.
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah. Although we're up weekly, but we haven't seen each other. Little time delay.
Yeah, you know, things get in the way. But it's the end of September.
I know.
Going into a new month.
Can you
Thank
believe
goodness.
Cooler conditions.
I'm excited to get into October.
I love sweater and jeans weather.
Yeah.
that? Sweater weather.
Sweater weather. The sweater the better.
Sweater.
Well, I'm excited to get into October because September's been kind of just like not a great month for crypto. And I think September is going to be like really, really action-packed. And
October.
it's
going to be action-packed.
Yeah, October. Sorry. We'll see some hockey sticks.
Oh. That's quite the, how do you say, foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Hockey sticks, huh?
Yeah.
Like people are battling over crypto with hockey sticks? What's the connotation? I don't know.
Or
I was over my head.
HEL hockey sticks. Like, oh, crap.
Yeah, precisely.
HE double hockey stick. No. No, hockey stick. Like exponential hockey stick up and to the right.
Oh.
Number go
One of those
up.
smart people terms.
Oh.
A hockey stick is actually what the graph is going to look like.
Oh,
Yeah.
I use upward trend.
upward trend.
But it's hockey stick in certain circles, I guess.
Okay.
Right? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Show off.
Hey, Joey.
Yes.
She's a smart one around here.
Have you been eating Taco Bell lately?
No, I don't eat Taco Bell. I've had Taco Bell maybe 4 times in my life.
No. I just ask because breaking news, you can now purchase Taco Bell with Dogecoin. They're going to be accepting Taco Bell soon.
I have Doge.
I only have a little bit of Doge. It's
I know.
Shiba.
I got $5 worth of Doge, $2.50 worth of Shiba.
Well, you could.
That's not going to go far at Taco
you
Bell.
could buy a burrito supreme at Taco Bell.
Well, and how much is that at Taco Bell? What is that?
A
Like
burrito
$1.50?
supreme?
$1.50?
Maybe, yeah.
No, actually, inflation is on the rise, and it was
Don't
almost
say it.
$4.
Don't.
Wow.
Yeah, for
Say
a
that.
burrito supreme.
Wow. $4.
How much?
I'm officially offended.
How much were the burrito supremes when you were in high school?
50
Buck
cents.
79
Almost $4.
with a 59-cent regular hard taco. I knew I would go there with like $2.75 or something, and that was my lunch. It was like a sub $3 lunch.
I was never a Taco Bell guy.
Oh,
Not a Taco Bell. I'm a Big Mac.
oh,
I'm a McDonald's.
McDonald's,
Burger
yeah.
King for the Whopper.
Yeah.
McDonald's for the French fries. Not a big Chick-fil-A fan. I'm sorry.
Wow, get out of my studio.
Sorry.
Get out
It's
of
just
it.
an overrated chicken sandwich.
You're
I'm sorry.
hurting my feelings.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Chick-fil-A is really good.
Downvote for Joey.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is
No, I just-
we're going to get more hate mail that I said Chick-fil-A
There we go.
than everything else we've mentioned on the air.
We just insulted 89% of our viewers.
Maybe what it is I see the lines and I say no food is worth waiting online
Oh no,
that long.
No, you can't say that.
Oh. That's not true.
Because
That's not
it's
true.
more than a chicken sandwich. It's the waffle fries. It's a fresh squeezed lemonade. That lemonade is
Oh.
Okay.
beautiful.
But I'm not a
Fresh
waffle fry.
squeezed.
I'm not a waffle fry guy. I'm not a fan of the waffle fry.
All right. Well,
I know. I'm sorry.
moving on. I just mentioned that because Dogecoin,
Yeah.
big step for mankind. We can now purchase Taco Bell using Dogecoin.
That's exciting.
So, shame on me because I thought Dogecoin was going to be worthless. And really, it's kind of not
it's
smart.
still worthless. I mean, if Taco Bell's the only one to incorporate it, we're still not winning as Dogecoin
Well, no, I mean,
holders.
it's just the beginning. Right now, it might actually be not smart not to have any. So
Wait, did you just say Taco Bell? The Baja Blast is amazing.
Hey,
Exclusively
no.
at Taco Bell.
no free ads.
What happened
here.
to the Yoo-Hoo?
Oh, I chugged that Yoo-Hoo. Yoo-Hoo's that didn't stand a chance.
Talk about product placement. We've talked about Taco Bell.
You guys want to get into the real news?
Yes.
How about China? Lots to talk about
China.
with China.
Now,
China.
Chinese food I like.
Except the most popular item. Say it. I just can't do Kung Pao shrimp.
No, I like Kung Pao shrimp.
You better.
I like kung pao chicken.
That's one of my favorite dishes.
Okay.
Okay, if we're going to talk Chinese food, then we have to go into P.F. Chang's, because that's like, for me, the one and done Chinese. I mean, everybody should try to get to a P.F. Chang's
Yes.
level.
I've actually never been to P.F.
I used to work at one.
Really?
Oh yeah, we used to have this thing called salt and pepper shrimp when I first, but it's the full shell, deep fried, with like pepper flakes and stuff, and it's like and you eat it's just lightly seasoned, but that very gentle tempura batter over the whole shrimp, and yes, with the heads and eyes, and you're looking at it like, ugh. So I guess it wasn't very popular in the American market, but when I first started back in 98, 99, I think so we're talking about over 20 years. They did have that on the menu, but it was like the tableside mushu pork, and I had to fold it in this thing, and other tables are, looking at me, and their drinks are empty, and I'm trying to fold these nice mushu pork things tableside, and anyway, it was kind of stressful, but I tell you what, the food, Chang spicy chicken, what, Mongolian beef, what, the kung pao shrimp,
Mongolian beef, that's my fave.
You could buy in the frozen food section in Publix. They have the P.F. Chang's.
They suck.
No, but it's okay.
The best alternative is a Payway, which is a convenience P.F. Chang's.
Yeah,
those are pretty good. Anyway, off topic.
Sorry.
Chinese food, we love it.
Got it.
Let's move on.
Let's talk China.
So China bans crypto again.
Now I don't like them no more. Now, you know what? I don't need a P.F. Chang's ever in my life.
So China is now banning crypto for probably the 10th time. The first time that China attempted to ban crypto was back in 2017. And this past week, they have started to take action towards exchanges, and they are banning all buy and sell crypto transactions. So it's not illegal to hold crypto, but it is illegal to transact in crypto.
What are they so afraid of? People are getting maybe making a little money, a little return, and they're communist. Anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what they're afraid of is they have their digital currency, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are in direct competition with the digital yuan.
Get over it.
That's what they're afraid of.
Get over it.
But the fact that they are repeatedly banning crypto and banning Bitcoin is when they banned Facebook and they banned Google, they had to ban it one time, and that was it. Why are they repeatedly banning crypto? Just kind of shows that maybe they're trying to ban something that is unbannable.
Maybe just there's like a little bit of pockets of resistance, so they have to remind you again. All the people of China, please stop it. So maybe they just have to keep on pressing laws, because there's probably loopholes written as well. So people find a loophole like, okay, well, I'm doing it less than whatever they're monitoring. Maybe they're monitoring for like over 1,000, of worth of a transaction. But if they're not going to care if you're selling the little tokens. But maybe they're more concerned about the big players who are selling the big Bitcoins, the whole Bitcoin.
Now they're taking action, so they have halted all trading. So there is no longer allowed to be any buy or sells.
So they got some crypto police going on.
They do,
Wow.
yeah.
It
goes down to the exchange level.
Wow.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, because when they made that announcement, crypto went down again last week. I'm wondering, are they manipulating the market, or is the government secretly buying up Bitcoin?
We could speculate.
We could. This is only
Like
speculation.
the Chinese government,
the Chinese government,
yeah.
And I'm wondering if they're quietly holding on to it or purchasing.
it would be smart for them to be doing that. And especially like the little amount, like the crypto market has less than a $2 trillion market cap. So to purchase any would be such a small amount of money for a government to have some on their balance sheet. It would be smart for governments to be doing that.
But I wonder, they have a way of manipulating
Currency for a long time, yeah.
for currency. So who's to say that they're not playing? If somebody out there has that information, that would be wonderful. If you can
post a link in the comments.
Post a link and
somewhere,
comment on that. That's great conversation for us. To put on our board,
because I would love to see any kind of whistleblower, because they the great people of the Chinese government, they have a really good way of suppressing ideas of their of their citizenship. So if you have like an insider kind of thing, or maybe you're a political refugee of China and now you're in Hong Kong or somewhere, and you could tell us what's really going on, that'd be amazing. I would love to learn.
Yeah, so the Chinese Communist Party last week, they have also banned CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and TradingView. So TradingView is, and these are sites that I use daily. CoinMarketCap you can use to track the crypto markets. You can track pretty much all 10,000 different cryptocurrencies. And TradingView is a site that you can use for their charts and analytics. So they don't even want their people able to track the prices.
Now, can you day trade the digital yuan?
I don't know, like on the Forex market or something.
Well, I mean, if it's a currency, then it may or may not. I mean, if it's a tangible tender, 'cause I think that's what Forex is for. Pounds, USD, other things. But if you're talking about something that is treated like a crypto, then wouldn't it be used on the exchanges? That does China have an exchange for their yuan, or is that something that's also being traded Forex? Because that would be more of I think a crackdown, right? You don't want people speculating on your domestic currency a whole lot, right? I mean, there's plenty of day traders that do that, and they make a really good money. Forex trading is a thing.
Well, their central bank digital currency, it's going to be fully released and launched in February of 2022 at the Olympics. So it hasn't been a full rollout yet.
Okay, so maybe there's some answers in that. Because if they are planning to roll it out, they don't want the citizenship to have so much in Bitcoin that they can beat the market. It's essentially buy discounted yuan as it's being released. Because just like we've seen with other cryptos, when they first have that ICO, right? Is that the right terminology?
Initial coin offering.
There's probably a lot more ways to take advantage of any incomplete coding or anything else. I think until you get out there and you have the let's say hackers have their way and try to manipulate what your coin is and the coding and everything else behind it. If they try to release this, somebody could take advantage by trading their Bitcoin for a bunch of yuan, and then maybe again be privileged to a weird glitch that gives them a lot more in yuan than the Bitcoin or whatever else. So that's the only hypothesis I could come up with.
Did you mention Forex?
Trading, yes.
Trading on Forex on Google.
Oh, okay.
On Google. I'll get closer here.
Yeah, get to the mic.
On Google, it says, until the People's Bank of China allows the currency value to be determined by the free market, in which case it will provide more opportunities for speculators, the Chinese currency will not be traded in Forex in the near future. And that was as of January 29, 2021.
So that is some news. So again, maybe my theory isn't so far out, but that's the only thing that would really make sense besides just trying to again take another liberty from the people, which again, welcome to China.
But it is traded on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange.
Which one? The digital yuan?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, China banning any technology.
The yuan, yes. I'm sorry.
China banning any technology has traditionally been a strong buy signal. I have this chart here that shows when China banned Twitter in 2009, it then rose 5,222%. When it banned Facebook in 2009, it rose 15,000%, and Google almost 1,000%. Snapchat has rose 15,000%. And then Bitcoin is up like 5,500%.
So it sounds like we need to get
they originally banned.
Okay, so who out there can build us a social empire that we could get China to ban so we go up 15,000%? That sounds like a really good gameplay based on historical figures. All right. That's our new business. we're going to get banned by China and all of a sudden get a huge, appreciation.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens in February of 2022 with the Olympics when all of the countries come and attempt to transact if they force all of the countries.
And that's the Winter Olympics.
Winter, yes.
Yes. If they force all of the countries to download their digital wallet, and then they have open eyes to everybody's transactions.
Well, this is getting the open eyes, and you just saw it. We were told before the show not to get political, but did you see we just bought drones?
Attack drones?
From the CIA. The CIA bought drones from China.
DJI?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're DJI brand, I mean, they are a good drone.
But the CIA buying drones from China. Come on.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's plenty of domestic production here in the States.
Yeah.
And there's military grade robotics and drone manufacturers here.
Yeah.
And in fact, we could celebrate a local company who has a contract with the Army just recently. No, absolutely terrifying.
It's ridiculous.
Because you don't think like everything else that comes out of China has like a little bit of like some spyware.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been proven.
I'm sure they're looking at my TikTok right now, going, "Okay,
Pokemon Go, Niantic, Chinese. You open your like. Why do you think they want you to aim the camera everywhere? They're cataloging.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, that's conspiracy, Jesse.
No. What?
Really.
Now with the China Olympics, weren't there reports that perhaps America might be not going? Weren't there talks about us not wanting to participate?
No, I think Cynthia Loomis, the senator, put an article out stating how dangerous it was and that they should not allow the U.S. to participate in their digital wallet and digital currency.
Well,
So
it shouldn't be a prerequisite to go visit.
A warning, yeah.
And I'm sure what's the northern region? Is Beijing south or north of Shanghai?
No idea.
Because it's going to be outside of one of those markets, right? And a lot of China is like pretty north. It's equivalent of like Russia and Canada, above that latitude. But I wonder where, like, what ski resort, what area they're going to do. Not that it matters, but I'm wondering why would it be so important that people only use the digital version and not the tangible coin and dollar version that everybody's been used to?
They're getting rid of all the
Well, they got to
dollars.
phase it out, but in 2 years?
No, they have been for the past 2 years. They have
So
been.
in 2 more years...
Right now they use WeChat and Alipay to make all transactions, and they have been for the past 2 years. Like, they've been filtering out. They don't accept cash.
I don't know if that's the best policy. I mean, that poor older generation who doesn't have a smartphone, or some of those poor villagers who can't afford a phone and a data plan. How are they just give us all your cash, and then we'll give you a phone with that same amount of cash on that app.
Yeah.
Get used to it? No.
I saw a video where on your phone you have an app that you have to scan the trash cans to throw trash away.
Oh, funny.
And it weighs your trash, and it charges you for how much waste that you're putting in the trash.
That's probably
cans.
why a lot of the things that are happening here.
That's not a freedom-loving policy, but anyway.
That's going to happen here.
Well, in this infrastructure bill, they want to They want to tax you by the mile now.
Well, actually, that started in Oregon.
I don't care where it started.
I know
it's not a good policy.
No, especially for someone who's a salesperson, a truck driver. You want to talk about killing commerce and raising. I mean, as it is, we have inflation. Now you want to charge us for miles? You just keep.
There's already built-in tax into the gas per gallon. I was just in Pennsylvania this weekend. Guess what their regular 87 grade is? $3.35. I laughed. I was like, "Whoa, is that correct? It's $3.35 for just regular gas, and like it was like $3.60 something for like a premium grade." And like, yeah, that's what it. I'm like, I just left a state where it's like $2.85, like 50 cents difference. So you already have some states. I mean, California is doing better than anybody. I think it's like 100% tax. Like, you want a gallon of gas, it's like $5-6 per gallon. But then you're also going to add a mileage tax associated with that. Like, I guess that's why they need all these IRS auditors, because now they're going to look at people's odometers. They're going to be looking at people's bank account. Like, when does it stop? Like, these people literally have eyeballs already in the car. They're already checking you on the phone. Like, I just it gets more and more scary.
We were once told by we were told that the government knows better than us. So
the government works for us. Don't ever forget that.
no, I know that, but we were told that the government knows better.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they know better.
But someone who makes a living in his car, that's not good. And maybe they're doing that because of the because this
They
new
want to
Green Deal.
discourage combustion engines.
Right, but if you have an electric car, they're not going to get the gas. They're not going to get the fuel surcharge.
Yeah.
So charge them for the miles. Don't charge me.
I really hope it doesn't come true like a lot of these other conspiracy theories that have just happened to come true recently. But here's my whole thing. With OnStar, it's like, oh, I'm broken down. Come find me. Like you're initially asking somebody to locate you. But you don't think they could do that passively without you asking? Second of all, my engine's disabled, or I locked my keys out. Can you unlock the doors? Again, if they could do that on request, you don't think they could do it without request? And I'll leave with this: if you do go over your mileage, because that's what it's going to lead to. Like you're only going to be able to get like 300 miles a month, or face some consequences. Oh, your carbon credit is like horrible now. And so you don't think that mother, that single mom or something else, and she has to now commute maybe longer distances, or maybe, she has a kid with special needs and now she has to go, out of town to go see a specialty doctor, and she's going to put on more of those miles every month. Well, guess what? I really believe, and this is, again, another push towards this lithium engine, this electronic engine. Jesse, you're a conspiracy theorist. No. EMP, electromagnetic pulse. They're going to be able to have a concentrated, like almost like a stun gun, and they'll be able to stop you in your tracks. Or you're going to go through like one of these thresholds, like on the turnpike, through one of these things where they they collect your money, and these automatic tolls. You don't think they're going to have like a little EMP or something to that effect, like, and they're going to tag you like, oh, you're over your threshold, and they're going to stop your engine, and they're going to find you and tax you or take away in cuffs. I mean, I don't know, guys, but this is where we're leading if we don't get control of this and put policies in place that protect people. Because what's to say that once we agree that, okay, well, we're all paying $2 more for every 100 miles we go over, and then it becomes even more, and then it becomes criminal if you go over your allotted time. Like, this is what it's coming to.
To add on to that, MasterCard has just partnered with a company that is now going to be tracking all of your purchases and
what could go wrong, guys? And
scoring you based on your carbon usage and carbon emissions, like the products that you're using. And so it'll give you a score, so that way you will have your carbon footprint score that
Fantastic.
just leads towards the theory of
this is why
social credit score.
This is why I don't have a private jet, because that carbon footprint of my carbon jet will just throw me over. I stay humble and take Frontier.
I wonder though, how much commerce this will kill. How much of some of these people have gas guzzling. Let's just say gas guzzling. You're getting less than 12 miles a gallon or whatever. You guys pick the car. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And so I'm not going to shame anybody with a gas guzzler. But all I'm saying is if they're really trying to get us to get to this electronic place, again, these batteries can be disabled. If it's run by software, they're going to be able to Big Brother's going to be able to not only track you, but lock you in your car, turn off your engine, and keep you, trapped, essentially. Whereas if you have an older model car with manual doors and manual locks, they can't control you like that.
I make my living in a car. I make my car calls. I'm up and down this county
me too.
From one end to the other. I do over 16,000 miles a year consistently. So think about that. I mean, the average even on a lease is 12 to 15 usually on a lease. I'm at 18, 19, 20. COVID kind of was a little bit less, but still 20,000 miles a year for someone like myself. But if you lived out in the suburbs, like people who lived out on Long Island, even people in California, they commute an hour and a half a day. Think about that. Each way in a car. I mean, what are they doing? What are they thinking? These bureaucrats who have no idea of
what it takes to be a working person,
to what it is to be a working person.
Right, they're shuttled everywhere in private cars. I mean, they're so out of touch.
It's just ridiculous. They're just killing the middle class. They're killing the average guy. It stops everybody from being work. And Jennifer warned us before before the show.
She did.
She did. She warned us not to be political. We're not trying to be political.
This isn't political. This is just, let's just look out for, what could be happening. What's the repercussions of us going to a full,
Yeah.
I mean, again, they really want to tax us any way they can. If they can convince you and me that climate change is something that we did in the last 200 years of an industrial age, and now more of a technology age, like the energy is getting cleaner. We have cleaner air than ever before. Like we have everything in place. But you don't think that a volcano that goes off is spouting out twice as much carbon that any of us have done personally in the last 200 years? You're kidding yourself. But we don't tax people, countries that have an active volcano. That's an act of God. But that's so much more CO2, so much more ash, so much more ozone-killing toxins than we could ever do with a combustion engine. But they're trying to convince us, because if we agree that we are the catalyst to all this, the rising tides and everything else, which again has been cyclical, we now become the taxable. Now we have a guilt conscience, and now we're like, oh, it's my fault that the fish are dying. No, it really isn't, guys. It really isn't. It's not you. It's not me. It's not anybody individually. Okay, but they want you to be taxed, so they get more money from you. So again, if the only solution for any cause out there is to raise your taxes, look at that. Follow the money.
I don't understand how a tax will help.
It doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's why they
Now,
guilt
I want to
you.
go back
It's
a
just
second.
a new
Everybody
way
needs
to-
a little piece of ash every now and then.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to a volcano, I wish we all did, but that's another story. The
carbon credits and the carbon taxes, they're not going to help the carbon emissions. It's just a way to reallocate capital to pull money for a new sector.
It's a scheme.
it's a scam.
It's the same thing with the DAA and the drug war. Drugs are still more available than ever. There's still a black market. It hasn't cured anything except, you made the cartel stronger because of, different schemes with gun running and everything else. But there's still drugs. There's still addicts out there. There's people getting fentanyl. There's people getting, whatever barbiturate, whatever, stimulant they want. Guys, it's a big scam. None of us individually can help drug problems. And especially not giving our tax to some organization who honestly has done more harm than good. They've made the cartel stronger. Okay, that's the only thing that has happened. So instead of all of us just keeping our money, and again, it's big government wanting to be bigger and more inflated, and they give you some kind of big problem, and then the solution is it has to come out of our pocket. That has never worked.
No.
All right, well, we've got Big Brother watching. We've got people.
Oh, they could hear us all they want. I know Google's going to flag this.
We've got people, governments, wanting totalitarianism.
Oh, they're
complete control.
They're smutting with. They're getting giddy.
Oh, I know.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back from this quick break, we're going to talk about some really exciting things that are changing and shaping the world.
Nice.
Cryptocurrency can be confusing and hard. At Space Coast Crypto Consulting, we make cryptocurrency easy for you to learn and understand. In a world of uncertainty and out-of-control central banks, it's our mission to empower you with the knowledge that you need to confidently control and grow your own crypto portfolio. Call now to begin your crypto journey. 321-412-4021. That's Space Coast Crypto Consulting at 321-412-4021.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a great second half coming in. Jennifer, we had a great first half. What fun that is when we go off topic from crypto. But it's all related when we talk about money. Crypto, whether we're talking about hard cash, hard money, digital wallet, it all affects us. It's all gonna be part of our. It's all part of the lexicon, and it's all becoming part of our normal way of life. And all this all interchanges to what we're seeing and what's happening now. And a lot of things. Even during the break, we were talking a little bit about a social score, and they're already starting to talk about that here.
They want. Okay, for the globalists, China has set the best example. Although Australia is doing leaps and bounds
Wow.
more. No. And I'm going to leave it at this because I don't want to take this into another tangent. But China is blushing at Australia because they know that whole continent, if that gets turned into what they want as far as like their utopia where everybody's in lockdown, everybody gets taxed, beaten, or disappears because of what they say on the internet, or anytime they strike up against the local whatever regime, whatever it's cops or army or whatever the equivalent is. China, I mean, everybody's paying attention to Australia. China is giddy with it because they're like, well, if they can be a good example of how well it works, we're next because they have everything in place. They're ready to keep everybody in lockdown and do all this. And not only that, but they have influence throughout the rest of Asia. So it's going to be Taiwan, Hong Kong, Philippines. Everything's going to fall to that kind of communist rule.
And I said this 2 weeks ago. I think one of our maybe 2 or 3 podcasts ago, I said all eyes need to watch Australia. And since then, it's gotten worse and worse. And
they are flat on beating.
It's really sad.
people.
And it's getting really sad.
People.
And I don't know how that turned.
And they're defenseless.
And they are once they took their guns away.
Mm-hmm.
And folks, we said a couple episodes before that, we're the model. That's the model. And we're slowly looking at that here.
If we're not careful. Right.
If we're not careful. There's a lot of resistance right now if you're watching the news. Keep your eyes on the news. Read. That's all I'm going to say is read. Stop watching the mainstream media. Don't watch. It's a distraction. What you're seeing, it's all is a distraction and a diversion. Find other sources.
Right.
Jesse and I, we go into tangents. We're not talking conspiracy. Jesse and I, we read a lot of different things.
I really wish it wasn't conspiracy, but when everything becomes true, guys,
right.
Like, look around.
Look around. A lot of things that were said last year are all coming true now.
Oh, you guys are silly. We're not going to keep you locked up. Nobody's going to lose their jobs. You're going to be able to take your mask off eventually. There's not going to be forced inoculation. Nobody's going to make you take the jab and lose your job.
Look at New York City.
It's all happened, guys.
Look at New York City. Look at these healthcare workers. Just that as an example. You had people on the front lines last year. Here they were last year in the battle in New York City.
Right.
Or in New York State, taking care of these people in COVID conditions, no vaccine, with the masks, just doing everything they can to save lives. And now these people, these healthcare workers who choose not to get a vaccine are all being fired today. And now they're going to bring in the National Guard. The National Guard is not there to be healthcare workers. National Guard is there to protect us.
Oh, well, the governor in her infinite wisdom is like, oh, we'll take people out of retirement.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll let people practice without a license.
Yeah.
We'll just make them active.
But it's God's choice. They were apostles. Did you see that one?
No.
But yeah. You have to look at what this new governor has done.
Yeah, she's scary.
It is scary. Fix a freaking pothole in New York. I just came back. You could go fishing in those potholes. So please, I think the SS Minnow, the SOS, you're going to find
Gilligan.
No, you're going to find the Titanic
Titanic
in one of those potholes. But anyway, forget about my hometown, my home state. It's just effed up. But let's move forward. Jennifer, bring us back.
Reel this conversation in.
Reel us in.
No, continue. No.
Yeah, but a social credit score is bad news.
I'm kidding. Don't continue. All right, so Strike has integrated Bitcoin tipping on to Twitter. Okay, so what this means is Jack Mallers, he is the one who did the speech at the Bitcoin conference, and he announced to the world that there's going to be the first country that will be accepting Bitcoin as legal tender. So that was El Salvador. So Jack Mallers helped for the first nation state, for the first country to have Bitcoin as legal tender. So that was like a huge step in Bitcoin. Now, at the B Word conference, Elon Musk called out Jack Dorsey and said, why don't you integrate Bitcoin onto Twitter then? And that is exactly what he did. And working with Strike, they are using Bitcoin, the network, and the Lightning Network to facilitate tipping. So what this means is that you can now send a transaction anywhere in the world from the US to Japan or to any country. It will take your money, convert it onto the Bitcoin network, and then convert it back into whatever currency of who you are sending it to. So it is this open network that you can now transact. So this is huge. I mean, it's on Twitter. This is just the first place that you can use it. So who's going to be next?
Interesting. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Do we know how the success is going on in El Salvador? How they're doing with Bitcoin? I mean, how they're doing with digital currency in El Salvador? Do we have any
updates? I don't know.
Any updates on that, Jennifer?
Yes.
Thank you. And the results are?
Well, there's a lot of people who do not like, what's his name, Bukele. So there's a lot of pushback from him. Now, if it was somebody else who was implementing it, would they be supportive of Bitcoin? Possibly. So a lot of politics involved. I've heard that there are some Bitcoin ATM machines that have been burnt. But I also have heard that they have the most wallets that are being downloaded per day. It's growing at an exponential rate. People are using it. People are transacting with it. So I would say it's probably like 40% of people being upset about it, still not knowing what it is, thinking that they're being forced into using this currency. Now, they're not being forced into using it.
There's a phase out component,
but
right?
Yes, but they are, the businesses must accept it. So they're not being forced into using it. But they did give everybody $30 of Bitcoin in their wallet, and the government is planning to buy $150 million of Bitcoin, and they have begun buying in tranches. And the president of El Salvador, every time there's a dip in the market, he's tweeting, just bought the dip. So he's being very vocal on these social media outlets and really interactive with the people. So it's been kind of amazing to see like this new trend of government, like these younger people embracing technology. I
think El Salvador is a great market because it is such a small country to begin this, because if they could do a full implementation, and it's not a big country, I bet we could Google it, there's probably 750,000 people tops. It's really small. El Salvador is very small. So you do that for us, Joey. Let's just say it's 1 million. Let's just say, for being conservative, million's a really good number. That's a really good test market. Before you go to like a bigger country like a neighboring Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Ecuador, Chile, and into South America or even north into Mexico, Belize. What a great opportunity for something. I don't know if there's a second world country. That's not a term that's thrown around, but they're probably closer to a third world country than a first world country, El Salvador. So if they could get
absolutely
villagers and a lot of these are indigenous people. These are people probably with family lines going back to the Spanish occurrence. Maybe there's even some more like I'm not sure what ancient history geography, but I'm sure there's ruins there. So either they were Aztec or Mayan ruled around El Salvador. All those areas have had indigenous people. So for something to come through with people who maybe not have had the best education or have the best outlets or how do I say access to the nicer, more privileged things like Wi-Fi, running water, and all these other things, right? That make a first world country first world. So if you could get do we have a number?
6.4 million.
I was wrong. Wow, that's a lot more.
6.4 million.
Wow. Okay, so that's almost like the population of Florida, I want to say.
The exact number says 6.454 million.
So
6 million.
So you have 6 million people. That's still a marginal market. Okay. In fact, that's less than 0.5% of America. So if you get that kind of population to do this thing again without having access to most modern conveniences,
right,
and they're able to adopt that, that's a good test market. That's a good proof of concept, so to speak.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if it work, it's almost like they used to say if it works in I forget. Never mind.
So I've got some data
He was so
here.
close, guys.
I've got some data here. So they're using the Chivo wallet. So they do have one wallet that everybody is using. So that's a little centralized there. But they have had 2.2 million wallet downloads in total. So out of what was their population?
6.5.
So that's
already a 30% conversion.
And it's already like way beyond the amount of people who had access to banking services already.
That's great.
And I believe it was like 30 or 40% of their country's GDP, gross domestic product, was on remittances alone. So transacting through the Lightning network, the remittance payments are zero. So even through Twitter, like the transaction fees that are used are zero. So you can now transact from any country in the world peer-to-peer for free.
On
the Lightning network.
The Lightning network.
That's huge.
And that's what El Salvador uses.
That's what El Salvador is using. So the Chivo wallet, built on the Lightning network. Now, payment processors like Visa charge a 3% service fee. So to all of these major corporations, these businesses, like any merchant, basically, and the reason why they charge the 3% fee is because they take on all the third-party counterparty risk. So that covers all of the settlement and the risk that they take on.
The gas fees, if there's a gas fee associated
with settlement through Visa.
Right.
That's standard. I mean, even on my merchant account, it's 3%.
But now, if you can transact for 0%, why wouldn't you? Right?
I'm sold.
I'm sold.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So now we have the El Salvador, the country, on the Lightning network. We have Twitter. You think Facebook is just gonna sit back and watch? And you think all these other social networks or all these other businesses are just going to sit back and watch?
Well, a lot of these places already have like a tip in effect. TikTok, you give somebody, it's like an emoji with a score, but it's got a value associated, right? Mm-hmm. And we've gone into this before. A lot of these apps have their own internal currency, and you trade USD for that in-house, token or whatever it is, and they make it fun. You could send somebody, a champagne glass or flowers or whatever, diamonds.
But what makes this different is those are all closed networks.
That's what I'm saying. Right. They're in-house and you can only spend it on the network. You
can't send like Venmo to PayPal. You can't interact like that. So this is an open monetary network that you can interact with anyone.
But if there's zero fees, how are they making money?
That's a good question. I was looking into that today.
That's what I don't understand, because we know what's his name.
There's nothing for free.
There's nothing for free. What's his name is not the Twitter guy. What's his name?
Jack Dorsey.
Jack Dorsey. Yeah, he's not doing nothing for free.
I'm not a fan.
No, exactly. I saw your. Can we see that again? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Strike users can interact with the Bitcoin network while avoiding dealing with the volatility, the tax consequences of spending Bitcoin, and the need to set up a wallet and own Bitcoin. You can also accept Bitcoin payments and receive funds in your account as dollars. So you don't even have to know that you're transacting with Bitcoin or on the Bitcoin network. You put your fiat money in, it transmits itself through crypto and then transmits back to wherever fiat you want.
And Lightning is the software. Is that?
Yes, Lightning Network has built the app, or Lightning is the network that is facilitating the blockchain.
Is that
the protocol? So I'm going to link in the chat down below. I am going to link a link where you can download the Strike app and you can test out some transactions. And then if you download it, you get $5 free.
Is that trading? Is Lightning
no
trading? Or?
And Strike, I tried to look up if they were a public company today. Also, I did not see.
Do we know what platform
public.
that is? That built on a certain platform?
Strike.
Like on Strike is the platform?
Yeah.
But on what? The Ethereum?
Or
no,
Cardano?
it's on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Oh, it's on the
so Bitcoin Big B is the protocol that runs the payment network.
Right.
And then Bitcoin the little b is the asset that trades. There you go. But I'm going to link down below if you want to test out the Lightning Network using the Strike app. And if you use the link, you get $5 to begin when you fund your account. And other than that, if you want to learn more about cryptocurrency and how you can get started buying, selling, storing your digital assets, or learning to identify interesting ways to make yield on your crypto, you can contact me at spacecoastcryptoconsulting.com and follow me on Facebook or LinkedIn, and then make sure that you like and subscribe to the podcast.
Subscribe.
Share. Subscribe.
Share
this.
Leave
Leave
a
a
comment.
Sharing is nice.
Yeah, let us
send Joey some love, guys. Can
let us
everybody do
know
that?
what you
Just
think.
say we love Joey in the comments.
Let us know what you think about Jesse and Joey. Are they too much? Can you handle it? Or they need to tone it down a little bit or pump up the energy?
Yeah, we were a little flat today.
we take no offense, guys. Literally, you can't really hurt us from a keyboard.
No.
But I hope that if you do enjoy this, you celebrate with us, and again, share and just become part of the tribe that we're trying to build.
Yeah, give us some comments.
Follow the links. Really, I mean, we're here to help. We're not doing this for our own good. We already know all this. We're already doing the work. So we're just trying to share. So this is all for your benefit. So I really hope you guys, if you have just found us, make sure you go listen to some previous episodes, and let us know who you are, and what you want us to hear about. And of course, if you know anything about China and the digital yuan or anything else that we discussed today, let us know.
Help us out.
Email Jennifer or whatever else, and let us know if you want to participate in any kind, or if you want to stay anonymous. Just write us what you know. We're sincere with that. We're not just asking this for our health. We really want to find out what's going on and just be above it, and share it with you guys. So,
thank you.
All right, thanks for tuning in.
Bye,
Share us
everybody.
where you watch us. Bye.
Thanks.